Welcome back, warriors. Today, we stand at the threshold of an ending and a beginning. This is the third and final chapter of this grand illustration series. Yes, the curtain falls on this chapter, but do not mistake this for the end of the story. No, this is not the end of the arc. This is merely the dawn of something far greater than we can imagine. After the storm of battle, the dust settled. The winds fell silent. And there he stood, the proud Saiyan prince, Vegeta. His armor shattered, his fists trembling, not from weakness, but from revelation. The fight with the sage was unlike anything he had ever faced before, not a battle of strength, but a battle of wills. And in that moment of stillness, Vegeta saw the truth. He realized that in this endless multiverse, there are infinite roads, paths that stretch beyond imagination, beyond mortal strength, beyond the limitations of his own mind. For so long, his pride defined him. For so long, he fought to be the strongest. But standing before the sage, he understood something far greater. Strength alone is never enough. He realized that in this endless multiverse, there are infinite roads, paths that stretch beyond imagination, beyond mortal strength, beyond the limitations of his own mind. For so long, his pride defined him. For so long, he fought to be the strongest. But standing before the sage, he understood something far greater. Strength alone is never enough. And so, for the first time, the Prince of all Saiyans bowed. He lowered his head, not out of defeat, but out of respect. With humility burning like a flame in his chest, he spoke, his voice steady, unyielding. "Teach me your ways." Those words echoed across the battlefield like a sacred oath. The sage gazed deep into Vegeta's soul, and in that gaze he saw something rare. This was not a man driven by vanity, not a warrior chasing empty glory, no. This was the struggle of a broken heart, a soul scarred by failure, the agony of a protector who feared one thing above all, that he would never be enough to save the ones he loved, his family, his people, the bonds that anchored his very existence. The sage nodded, and in that single gesture, destiny shifted. "Very well, Prince of Saiyans," he said. "I will show you the path, if you are prepared to walk it." And so it began. A new chapter in Vegeta's life. The sage would teach him the ancient arts of the forgotten age, techniques carved into the fabric of time, powers older than galaxies, wisdom whispered in the language of the cosmos itself. But deep within, the sage knew this was no accident. This was not chance. This was destiny manifesting. Every battle, every scar, every tear had been leading here. Because in this infinite multiverse, nothing happens without purpose. And so the journey continues. This is not the end. It is the beginning of a transformation beyond imagination. The story of a prince, reforged in fire, reborn through discipline, destined to rise beyond gods themselves. Stay with me, warriors, because the next saga will change everything. This is only the beginning.